你没看看这多少房子？
How many units are there? How many residential buildings are there? This is a town. The entire town is practically uninhabited. Look at all the buildings, they're all empty. Is there even one person living in one of these 100 units? Look at this beautifully built road. The streetlights are well installed, and nobody is living on the entire street. Where have all the people in the market gone? You can tell that there are fewer people on the streets, and the same is true within the malls. I'm in Dongguan now. Wasn't it China's most economically developed city many years ago? Wasn't it called the city that never sleeps? But here, you'll notice there are so few people on the streets. The biggest mystery of 2025, where have all the people gone? Where have the customers gone? Where have all the 1.4 billion people gone? Let me tell you, I just went to a street vendor for a meal and there wasn't anyone there. Where are the people? There are more vendors than customers. Then the stall owner told me that there weren't many people eating there because everyone had gone home to buy groceries and cook. I went to the market to buy groceries this evening and the owner told me that no one was buying. I wonder where people go to eat. China's declining population is a phenomenon that has received much attention. As early as the winter 2 years ago, the streets of a village in Heilongjiang province, northeast China, had already deserted. Where have all the people in the countryside gone? This village is 3 miles wide and there's no one to be seen. One person is a lonely elderly widower, 2 are an elderly couple, and 3 are an elderly couple coaxing their grandchildren. Many Chinese bloggers have stumbled upon deserted villages. Strangely, these villages are completely empty. Let's take a look. In Turpan, Xinjiang, I found a deserted village. Look behind me, they've abandoned even the carts. The entire village is deserted. It feels like everyone here left in a hurry. Let's go in and take a look. Inside this house, you see people left in a rush without taking anything away, right? No one had time to take anything away. Let's go in and take a look. There are still a lot of daily necessities here. Take a look. Look, pots, pans, and even a stove. There are still some things here, but it's a little dark. There's a TV in the room, a sofa, and a lot of daily necessities are left behind. No, I can't stay here any longer. Guys, I have to go out. There are several large trucks like this outside, all abandoned without any owner. This one's doors are still open, so it's clear the truck isn't wrecked yet. But the people are gone. There's another large truck here. This village isn't very big, but there's a lot of stuff left behind. Does anyone know what's going on here? While hiking over the weekend, I stumbled upon an uninhabited village deep in the mountains. The items inside are incredibly well preserved. I feel like I am time traveling back to the 1980s and 1990s. Photo albums documenting everyday life are also preserved here, and the items in the house are still in perfect order. This sewing machine is old-fashioned. The village environment is still quite nice, like a post-human era scene. Today, I came to an uninhabited village, a hollow village. Look, these places are completely deserted. No one lives here. The environment is very quiet and beautiful, but no one lives here. The village is completely empty, a small village. Look, they are all hollow villages. These uninhabited villages can be found from south to north across many provinces in China, including Jiangxi, Guangxi, Guangzhou, Fujian, Liaoning, Heilongjiang, Jilin, Anhui, Hebei, Hunan, and more. This is the current situation in rural Hebei. Stand in any village and you won't see a single person on the street. If someone walks too fast and falls, no one will come to help them. Rural areas are becoming increasingly deserted. Even the cave dwellings are empty. The trees in the yard are laden with jujubes. They're so good, so big, but no one comes to pick them, and no one eats them. This deserted village was found by me. Coming here in broad daylight is terrifying. All the houses are abandoned. They are even dragging debris around to block the road, preventing people from entering the village. This entire area of houses is completely abandoned, including the one over there. It looks like an entire village. I don't know why it became this way. This village, called Four Light Village, looks beautiful, and the buildings look new, but no one lives here. This room is already in complete chaos. It's already past 5 in the afternoon, almost 6 for such a large village. A deserted village can have a somewhat eerie atmosphere at night. This village is quite large. There should be a square here, and there's a bridge over here. Because there are many rivers in this village, the bridge is called the Four-Light Bridge. Such a large village, deserted, with only the chirping of birds to be heard. It truly feels like the end of the world. This deserted village is quite large, with a very Western-style architecture, but no one lives there. Furthermore, in some of the houses in the deserted villages, the clothes in the closets and the household items in the rooms are all perfectly arranged, which doesn't look like a relocation at all. In response to this, netizens express their concerns. Everything is still there, but everyone is gone? Clothes are important to oneself, but they are worthless to others. Leaving clothes behind and not sorting them shows that people left in a hurry. Why do I feel like they were suddenly taken to a concentration camp? They didn't even have time to pack, and it looks like they've been looted, which is why so many drawers are open. The village doesn't look like it was relocated. It looks like the people were wiped out overnight, and even their belongings are still there. It's terrifying to think about it. During the pandemic, the entire village was sealed off, and everyone was taken to a square hospital concentration camp where they all died. One commented, "It's so sad, I don't want to say more, everyone understands. A moment of silence, tribute to my fellow citizens." A Taiwanese netizen commented, "After 3 years of the pandemic, China may have lost hundreds of millions of people, leaving cities and villages empty, and its current population may be less than 1 billion. Are you still in such a rush to unify with a country like this? Once the party dislikes you, you'll inexplicably disappear one day." The video of the deserted village in Xinjiang reminds people of an online video from November 17th, 2022. One X-platform user commented, "Xinjiang Big White is providing nucleic acid tests to people who are starving rather than delivering food." The video shows 2 Uyghur men neatly dressed and lying on the bed because they are hungry. However, the staff in white protective suits show no concern for their plight, unable to get up, and instead mechanically and indifferently focus on testing them. This demonstrates the appalling treatment Chinese people have endured during the pandemic. The rural population is small, and the urban population is very small too. A young man expressed his feelings. "Have you noticed? It seems there are no people anywhere these days. You're saying everyone's gotten richer and moved to the city, right? But when I was in Wuhan City, I didn't see many people walking around the shopping malls and pedestrian streets. I remember when I was a kid, I went to the Hanchuan area of Wuhan City with my mom to buy clothes. Those shopping malls and snack streets were packed and bustling. So where do you think all the people have gone now? Why does it feel like there are fewer and fewer people in Zhengzhou City this year? It's already July and there's no one in the subway or shopping malls. The whole city feels a lot quieter." Guys, have you noticed how fewer and fewer people there are in Guangzhou now? It used to be so packed you couldn't even walk. Now, look, the streets are practically empty. Even the malls are deserted. I find it really weird. The situation in Xiamen right now is truly terrifying. Over 5 million people, I don't know where they went, but the streets suddenly became much less crowded. It's like they vanished out of thin air. The bus isn't crowded anymore, and there are no traffic jams during rush hour. This is downtown Dongguang. There's no one there. Guys, where are the people? Guys, downtown Dongguang, the streets are completely deserted. It's a little after 8 p.m. It's 1 p.m. now. Everyone, take a look. There's no one on the streets right now. Look at these Shanghai buses. There's no one on them. Oh my goodness, there's no one on the road. Look, where are the people? There hasn't been a single person on the road for half an hour. China has a population of 1.3 billion. I can't believe it. Look, where have all the people gone? Let me show you how many empty condos there are in Shanghai. They're all looking for tenants. Where are the people? No one. The number of people on the high-speed train is also pitifully small. So, just one person? What's going on? Oh my god, the car ahead is even more crowded. Oh my god, Xi'an North Station is completely empty. I was worried about waiting in lines and all that, but there was no one there. I need to check my ticket at Station 20A, so I ran like crazy, afraid I'd miss my train. And this is what happened. No one, just me. Am I booking the whole place? This is a staff member. I am the only passenger on the entire platform. Of course, a declining population will bring a problem to China's economy. Economic recession, many landlords find it difficult to rent out their properties. After I posted this video, I noticed that Guangzhou is indeed much less crowded. While the streets are still crowded, there are actually fewer tenants. For example, a relative of a friend of mine originally had 4 rooms and 2 are now empty. And my sister, although she has her own property, is renting somewhere else. She's renting a place in a building and there are a lot of empty units in the building. She rents an apartment and the building is about half empty too. I'm having trouble renting out my condo in Guangzhou too. It's been empty for 4 months now and I've already lowered the price, but I feel there are so few people in Guangzhou. I can tell from that. And the number of customers for everyday small businesses has also dropped significantly. Look, the streets are so deserted, not a single person on the street. It's horrible. I just bought some steamed buns and I asked the woman selling steamed buns how her business was going. She said she didn't know what was happening, people were gone and business was much worse than before. Then I saw a video where a woman from Shenzhen said that even in a big city like Shenzhen, it's deserted everywhere. I'm in Guiyang, Guizhou province, and honestly, no matter which street I walk down, it feels like the crowds have suddenly vanished. I can even make a series of videos called, Where Have the People Gone? I don't know if your city's population has decreased. Honestly, it's not that our physical store's products are bad or that the service isn't good enough. The issue is simply that there aren't enough people. What can we do with no people? There are fewer people in cities and even fewer in rural areas. Where have all the people gone? Someone expressed their immediate feelings. When we were young, China's population was less than 1.3 billion, yet you could feel people everywhere. People strolling the streets at night, jogging in the morning, eating out, everywhere was packed with people. But now, China's population has exceeded 1.4 billion, and you can see no one anywhere, right? Towns are deserted, villages are deserted, cities are deserted. Even once thriving cities like Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou, and Shenzhen are now filled with the signs of business spaces for sale. And there are no people. Where do you think these people have gone? Look at China with a population of 1.4 billion and Dongguan with a population of over 10 million. There's no one on the streets, no customers in the shops. Where have all the people gone? The streets are deserted, but the hospital is packed. This is a real scene at one provincial hospital. What does this indicate? The epidemic has been relentless in China for the past few years, and hospitals across the country have been swamped with patients seeking treatment. Many young people have also contracted and passed away. I feel like a lot of people are gone this year. Is that just my perception? Or is it simply that more people have passed away this year, resulting in a particularly high mortality rate? Funeral workers revealed some shocking truths. Hello everyone, I'm Master Worker Chen from Guangzhou. Why are people suddenly passing away at younger ages? Why are so many young people passing away at such young ages? In recent years, the number of people I say goodbye to born in the 1980s and 90s has been increasing. Why are we looking at this data again today? A while ago, another young person passed away suddenly. He was perfectly fine, gone without a trace. If I didn't look at the data, I wouldn't know. But when I look through the service records, we all have them. Many people born in the 1980s and 90s have passed away, and I don't know why. Because the coronavirus continues to mutate in China, the Chinese Communist Party authorities have been concealing the truth. Recently, according to a mainland Chinese doctor blogger, the number of sudden deaths in China is increasing. A Chinese doctor blogger asked, why are so many people suffering from heart attacks and strokes these days, and are they getting younger and younger? Another blogger added, sudden deaths are also quite common. Many people in their 40s have blood vessels that look like they're 70. For example, on July 13th of this year, a well-known internet celebrity in Baozhou City, Shanxi Province suddenly passed away at the age of 41. On July 7th, a 59-year-old renowned writer died suddenly of a heart attack. On July 4th, a 45-year-old first-class sergeant at Lanzhou prison passed away suddenly while on duty. On July 18th, a 51-year-old renowned crosstalk artist suddenly left the world. In June of this year, Mr. Wang, an employee at a hospital in Hefei City, Anhui Province, told overseas Chinese media, I know several people around me have white lung. Sometimes the beds are not available in the hospital. Several people have passed away, some very young, some in their 20s and 30s. There's a long line at the funeral home. It's been like this for the past few years. Mr. Ma, a resident of Zhejiang, said, "The COVID-19 situation is quite serious right now. The hospital has been flooded with people. Right now, many young people in their 40s and 30s have left the world suddenly around me." Tong Jingyuan, a US-based commentator with a background in hospital studies, believes, according to the usual outbreak patterns over the years, epidemics typically peak in winter and spring, declining significantly when summer arrives and temperatures rise. However, this year, the opposite is true. The most likely explanation is the emergence of a new strain, perhaps one with biochemical and transmission characteristics that differ from previous strains. Recently, a new outbreak of chikungunya fever occurred in Guangdong. The CCP authorities concealed the news until the cover-up became untenable, at which point they informed the public. Furthermore, public are dispatched to arrest chikungunya patients and isolate them in hospitals forcibly, requiring them to pay for their care. Even recovered patients are forcibly taken away for hospitalization. For years, the CCP has maintained a tight lid on the death toll from the epidemic in China. Yet, the loss of loved ones, the sharp decline in crowds in streets and shopping malls, and the discovery of numerous deserted villages and towns all point to the CCP's concealment of the truth and its intentions. That's all for today. If you enjoy our content, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment, and share it with a friend. We appreciate your support, and we'll see you next time.